Hey guys, how's it going? It is Lightside Bill, and it is time for the week in DSP for the week of September 10th. This starts on page 3489. This week I did try to mix in a little bit more actual Twitter links, so it's not just all Kiwi Farms links, just in case Kiwi Farms goes down again, which is why this video is a day late and $1 short. But you guys are probably used to me being a day late now. From Nothing I Can Do, a regular contributor and someone whose posts I find very insightful. Phil stayed up to watch the third Spider-Man movie, the conclusion to the classic trilogy. I can speak English from time to time. And it's just, a 2-hour long movie at midnight Seattle time. And I don't have any free time. I'm always working, real talk. Some things are more important than money, real talk. So just pointing out, again, another hypocritical moment in the world of DSP, Darkside Phil, where he can't stream later, he can't do a late night stream. He considers what we watched last night to be a late night stream, or he's ending at 9 p.m. his time. But he has time to watch movies, no time to edit, no time to play anything else. I have this link labeled Desperate Miserable Moron. This is from the King of Hate forums, posted by Actually on the Kiwi Farms. This is from 2016 though, so I can't remember why I picked it as news. And then the quote Phil was picking out was, but he has been saying that. In some of the recent pre-streams he mentioned that he loved the interaction and bits in stream chat. This was after he said that if you want interaction, you should meet people in real life. Yes, because if you're giving bits just to get shoutouts on popular streamers' stream, it's pathetic. And last I heard, there were people tossing upwards of hundreds of dollars in chunks, not chorks, towards some of the big streamers on Twitch, which is outright disgusting. What is wrong with me? Sorry, nobody giving me a few bits here and there is looking for attention. They just want to help support my efforts. Oh, so he's double thinking it already. You give those guys money and it's pathetic. You give me money, you're helping me out. When you're dumping your paycheck into bits and donations for a streamer who's more than likely making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year already, you're a desperate, miserable moron. That's why I called it Desperate, Miserable Moron. This guy's already making $100,000 a year plus if he keeps making $10,000 a month and there's 12 months in the year. Actually's quote was, remember when Phil thought you were a desperate, miserable moron if you gave hundreds of dollars in chunks to someone making a lot of money to get attention? Tut doesn't remember. And another hypocrisy. You just see, end of 2016, start of 2017, Phil just completely takes his morals and his stance on something, balls it up, throws it out the window, and, I'm going to be a full-time Twitch streamer. Sedella came back with a name. Now, I might have to eat a little bit of crow on this one, because this account eventually did get terminated. It was Obama Ate My Baby 434. And they were typing in a way that was similar to Sedella, and like one of the first things they said in chat was, "Hi, I'm Sedella," and it has the 434, which I don't know what that's a reference to. Listen, I'm not a racist. Spelled wrong. Okay, I just had this name long ago. I think it funny, but I respect Obama. I repacked Obama. At least I apologize. I took ownership. Onion Twitter, but you love to live in the past. May God bless you. Think what you want. You lied to me again. You Attil a troll even when I'm feeling saff. So I don't know if it's someone trying real hard or if it was actually Sedella, but this account did get terminated. I didn't think there was any evidence to really point it to Sedella. I mean, Sedella kind of like came out and he's been doxxed so hard that it's pretty easy to be like, oh yeah, I'm Sedella. I was born this date, because that's now at least Kiwi Farms public knowledge at this point. Did I click 2 links here? Yeah. Secret Life of DSP tweeted this out. I'm Sedella 434. And exactly what Haunter's saying here. It's not exactly definitive, but it just looks so fucking troll. A theme from last week, and this will continue all week and into this week. He hasn't topped 400 viewers at all through any of his streams. He should be happy that he has 300 views. Many don't watch his streams because of spoilers. What is this guy? What? is this guy a Phil fan trying to defend him on the forums and he gets agrees? But this, look, the God of War excuse, like, people aren't tuning in because they want to play the game for themselves, is whatever. Maybe that worked for God of War, but now he's doing it for Spider-Man and saying it for Shadows of the Tomb Raider. Like, if he's just got this excuse in his pocket and he's going to pull it out every time things aren't going his way, then there's nothing he can do. God damn it. There's nothing to do. Phil will always have the convenient excuse for why the popular games don't work for him, but he still has to buy the popular games because reasons. He can't just keep streaming PUBG forever. More than 60,000 followers, over 1,000 subs, and has been on Twitch for 4 years, yet brings in a daily viewership of less than 400. He's an absolute failure. These are, Sparkletor said this, those are the numbers you want to pull in when you are a positive and likable streamer with a 10-year legacy, especially during the hardcore gaming season. Turns out it's just that people are probably burned out. Nothing he could do. Remember when fans told him to tell him about games that were becoming viral, like right on the cusp of becoming popular? DSP refuses to play the highest game on Twitch to stream now because he is going to finish a redemption run of a 3-year-old game that he played and sucked before, just so Wagons can get so bored that he has to handhold DSP to finish the game as soon as possible. Yeah, and this is, remember, I'm returning to Dark Souls 3 for the end game. No idea if I'll finish everything out, but I'll try the Ring City DLC. Remember when he started this whole shebang that he said he wasn't going to do the DLC, and now all of a sudden he's doing the DLC? But, bro, are you going to miss out on one of the biggest things right now? Blackout Call of Duty is trending big time. Fans are loving it. Like, Dr. Disrespect was loving it. Phil was even retweeting the doc's messages. And here you got the fucking clown slapping himself in the face because it had to have been earlier on, maybe around God of War season. I can't remember exactly when, but Phil was coming out to his fans and being like, hey guys, tell me when games are getting popular so I can get those early day one views. And then on Monday, he finishes Gale, Slave Knight Gale, drinking 15 Estus flasks. That's how it's done. With a build that was handed to him by chat, guzzling Estus flasks and getting wrecked by the same attack over and over. Never learned the patterns or anything. Tanks through the final boss, pretends to be surprised there's only 2 phases, considers receiving 120, 130 for playing video games for like 6 hours a slow day. Yeah, that's $20 an hour at least. That's pretty good. It's not bad for playing video games all fucking day. So, yeah. We start Monday off with the end of Dark Souls 3. So where does the week go from here? Stay tuned to find out. September the 11th took place on page 3491. And there was a strange thing that someone picked out on one of Phil's slides. The pink slide is partly transparent. And this is a good memeology video, or of his Huth stuff. But Phil doesn't realize that this is transparent. So you can see him while he's talking. Forward, back, forward, back, forward. I don't know if that looped or if they could just cut out some of the... Look at that. He's doing all this because he doesn't think he's on camera. Unbelievable. This is someone who has a severely herniated disc. Let's wildly speculate why he rocks back and forth. I've done some research and it seems to be a way people cope with stress because it's definitely not stretching like you would if your back is hurting. Possible. Could be a back injury, could be a tic. Some people think it's a calming thing, which fits into the stress thing. A lot of people want to speculate he's autistic, but it was a fun revelation. And you will look at the streams this week and see that the pink slideshow, or the pink slide, is inexplicably absent. So I don't know if Hermano Collarol picked up on that, to try to troll Phil, and or if it was someone else who suggested that slide. But Bruno Mattei posted that, so thank you for that. Now, Worst Brought. Going back to what I actually said at the end of Monday, which was the end of Dark Souls. Everyone else, thanks for watching and participating, folks. As usual, a lot of fun. I hope you have a nice day. Take care. See you next stream. Dave, well, that's it. Wait, hang on. I got a clothespin. Let's clothespin my nose and see if I sound any better like Dave. Well, that's it. Unfortunately, it was a slow stream. I would have expected more interactivity from you guys. Hopefully some of you decided to throw some money next time. As you know, I have to pay the bills and taxes, and upcoming wallet triggers my depression. This stuff is just what you want to hear after a long... Oh, wait. That's the Dave quote. Okay, I can take that off. That hurts my nose. This stuff is just what you want to hear after a long real-life day and troubles financing yourself. Real-life problems of a lazy couch potato who wants your hard-earned money. But how to even argue with the most prolific human being in the entire solar system? As someone stated on YouTube, congrats on being so prolific on your 60,000 videos. You're a huge inspiration. I will just do a playthrough of a game and split it into 6,001 parts just to be as cool as you. But yeah, again, another... I don't know, this isn't exactly news, but again, it's just showing how much of a scumbag Phil is. He gets $130 for playing Dark Souls 3 for 6 hours. And it's just like, oh, I thought I was going to get more money by doing this. Where are you guys? I talked about this on my stream last night, too, where I was just like, it's so cheesy to sit down and talk to your fans, quote-unquote, talk to your fans, and the only thing you're talking about is how you're trying to bilk them for cash. Hey, you guys need to watch 5 ads per video for me to continue making my $120,000 a year. There's a lot of speculation about the rocking. Surly Muppet posted this GIF, which was taken from an unboxing video. So this is Phil's reflection in a window, I'm guessing, while Phil has his camera set on whatever that he's unboxing. He does his arms out to the side and does this thing. Now, you can hear Phil rocking back and forth on his streams because he does this thing, and I'm going to demonstrate it right now. He does this thing where he leans in and he leans back and then you can't hear him, and then he leans in and you can hear him real well, and then he leans back and he's talking again. But sometimes he's leaning back and throwing his hands up in the air because it's an exasperated moment that he's trying to, or it's like this and he's putting his arms out because it's part of the thing. I don't know what that crash was. Hopefully the pot pie in my oven didn't just explode. Too late. Let's keep going. Yeah, someone points out, Diabetic SP points out, Phil's most successful genre is Battle Royales. A new Battle Royale comes out and he says, I'm not going to play it. It's Monster Hunter all over again. Phil does eventually play Blackout, but it took a lot of coercing to get there. Jack Davis points out, the quote from Neural is thinking if Vidar is Tut. But that's a terrible theory because Vidar has already been thrown under the bus by Phil. So why would Vidar come back to Phil? Vidar's been doing other things, like cursing King of Pole successfully. But DSP defends Sedella. I don't think Sedella has thrown as much money as Viking. So why does Sedella get the special treatment? Maybe because he's literally retarded. I don't know. But yeah, BSV weighs in to confirm that Tut is the billionaire Arab guy that has genuine sympathy for Phil, that the mods warned Phil about might actually be a troll, because how would Phil be the one to draw the attention of a rich oil prince from Saudi Arabia? The guy finds entertainment in supporting Phil, and I kind of see his point. That's fair enough. But there was apparently an oil baron who wanted to give Phil thousands of dollars, and he was just like, no, there's no way. You're like a Nigerian prince. There's no way that's real. Now, this was some unfortunate news. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Disrespect. And it's not Dr. Disrespect or something. It is the two-time back-to-back 1993-1994 Blockbuster Video Game World Champion, Dr. Disrespect. Mind your manners. But he had his house shot at in the middle of the stream. Disgusting behavior. Because the man has a kid. It's one thing to threaten the dude, but when you're shooting at the house, you could hurt or kill him, his wife, or his kid. Fucked up situation. He wants to bet Phil utilizes this to his advantage. Well, if you were a betting man, how long do you think it took Phil? A day? 2 days? He didn't want to talk about the Madden shooting. He could have milked that for some money. Phil's giving out Call of Duty 4 codes because you get beta codes when you sign up for the beta, so you can invite some friends in. For Nothing I Can Do Again. Phil giving something away? Impossible, dude. Only if it's empty game boxes. Fuck you. And then he played some Blackout. And it is a code for the beta, not the full game. He kills a guy who says, "Oh my god," in a way that sounded remotely like Cookie Monster. And Phil was... I could go dig up the clip, but he was acking for like 5 fucking minutes straight. And he was like, "LOL, I killed fucking Cookie Monster." He camped like a bitch. He did. From like 40 people left alive, and there's only 80 people per map on Blackout. So from about halfway through the game, he camped. He only killed fucking Cookie Monster. He gets down to being... It's the 1v1 situation, right? So there's 2 people left, Phil and the other guy. Phil has a remote drone, drives around, finds out where the guy's hiding. Phil has grenades and a grenade launcher, so he can indirectly engage this guy. He can blow this guy the fuck up without risking himself. It's the perfect situation. I've not played Rainbow Six, but I've watched enough Rainbow Six. This is exactly what you need to do. You use the drone, you find where the guy is, you flashbang him, you smoke him, you grenade him. You do whatever you can to blow him up without putting yourself in front of his crosshairs. Phil kills the drone, like the drone runs out of time. He stays in the same camping spot. The guy finds him, and the other guy has a grenade launcher, and he just goes thunk, 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 thunk. I hate snapping, I'm sorry. But like launches like 4 grenades and blows Phil up, and Phil's like, "Oh, where'd that guy come from?" You knew where he was the whole time. He was so fucking pussy to go fucking engage. And that's how he ended Tuesday. He was in a 1v1 situation. He used the drone. He knew where the guy was. He could have thrown a grenade. Even if the grenade was close, it would have forced the guy out of cover. I don't know. Strategy's not something pig roaches are good at. I'm going to go see what that boom was, and then I'll see you guys in Wednesday. Wednesday, September the 12th, page 3494. And I want to say I'm sorry. I'm trying to stick to just the news. Memes I can put on the transition slides and things like that, but I don't really find a whole lot really happened on Wednesday. This is from Goutside Phil on Twitter. Go back to shorter videos, please. And just to show how much he's cheered, it's over $2,000. And then later on, Phil during the pre-stream was threatening to go back to shorter videos if something on YouTube doesn't instantly trigger and let him make a ton of money. I got to pay my bills, and that's the only thing I can think of to do, is to undo the growth that his channel's actually been seeing and go back to the short 10-minute clips. And Goutside Phil's comment is, "What Tut wants, Tut gets. Phil is no longer the king." Because Phil is a slave to the fucking almighty dollar, and Tut has a ton of dollars, and he will keep throwing dollars if he can keep making Phil dance like a fucking marionette. What did you bet on the Dr. Disrespect shooting? From King Jad VCMP. This is from Laughing Archives Dragon Killer. Well, that didn't take long. And this is a quote from the pre-stream. "Back when I was in Connecticut, I always worried about people shooting at my house. It was just as bad as what happened to Dr. Disrespect." His worry of people shooting his house. No one's actually shot his house, but his worry of being shot at is just as bad as Dr. Disrespect getting shot. My neighborhood had gun shootings all the time, and then my internet presence kicked in, ... Now I live in a gated community. Good luck doing it now. So, this is also the worst fucking sentence to say in regards to a shooting. Good luck trying to shoot my house. Some people might take that as a fucking tacit challenge to go do that. I'm not saying, because everyone knows where Phil fucking lives at this point, I'm not saying go shoot his house. That's not the way to take it. But Phil, if he calls his detractors mentally ill, and if he's worried about his real life and he's got to protect, everyone's identities or whatever, even though it's too fucking late for that, why would you say good luck shooting me now? How fucking unreal is that? Good luck shooting me now. This is from PJ Souls-like. Just got asked who his favorite on-screen Spider-Man is, and he says Tobey Maguire because, quote, I grew up with him as Spider-Man, dude. He was my generation Spider-Man. Manchild turned 20 when the first Spider-Man came out. So he grew up with Tobey Maguire at 20. Okay. This isn't exactly news. This might be a little bit of a thinking cap moment, but Phil did last year at Harvey. Guys, I know we just had a hurricane hit the East Coast, but please consider donating to me instead. Sound good. He did say something like that during Hurricane Harvey. So there's a possibility he might exploit Hurricane Florence the same way. I have a friend who lives in North Carolina, but he managed to get the fuck out and go to Germany. So he's having fun in Europe while his his town is getting ravaged by hurricane wind and rain. But yeah, hopefully everyone out there is safe and that Phil doesn't exploit it. But who knows? Who knows? He's already made the Dr. Disrespect shooting about himself. He made Hurricane Harvey about himself. Like, hey, it's great that you guys gave money to those charities, but I need help too. I still need help. I'm in danger of losing my house just like those hurricane victims. Okay? Snort, ack, seal clap, rock back and forth. And that really does it for Wednesday, guys. I'm really sorry I didn't find anything else newsworthy. But the good news is it'll keep this video a little bit shorter and it'll let me roll into Thursday. It's 3,498. So you guys can tell, since it didn't really increment a whole lot, that there wasn't a whole lot that actually went on. And I hate to have 2 days back to back with really not a whole lot of news. But the good thing is, since this is a roundup video, I can have the other days kind of balance out the slow days. It's not like I'm CNN and I have to make a news story every day and I go digging around and I'm like, oh, Trump's penis is trending on Twitter or whatever. I don't have to go find a slow news story. I can let the good days balance out the bad days. What did I click on? Thursday begging. Oh, and it seems Phil's begging has attracted tards yet again. A $300 tip and nearly $200 in cheers and tips, courtesy of 48 gifted subs so far. Only 21 of them from Tut. So when you're wondering why he so pathetically grovels for money, because it works for the most part. Boom. Actually, that should be an agree. And that's the hard work that Phil says that he does, is because he grovels and begs and pleads. And when he needs to make more money, he lengthens the pre-streams, he begs more, he pleads more, and he thinks he's being transparent by being like, oh, people are only watching 3 of my 5 ads per video. You guys are getting the content without me getting paid for it. Even though he shits on fucking YouTube daily at this point now. And he even talks about YouTube as a place for drama and kiddie shit. So if your content doesn't fit the platform and it's not something that's aimed at the audience, why do you think you should still get paid the same amount of money as the people who are putting the content that the consumer wants to see and putting the content that matches the audience that visits the website? They'd be like, well, you can kind of do it now, but that'd be like me going to Twitch of 6 years ago and being like, oh, I'm going to do an art stream. I'm not trying to make fun of art. I actually do draw too. But that's my point, is I'm going to a website that's supposedly focused on video games, and I'm saying like, oh, I'm going to do this other thing. Please pay me the same as the other top guys. Phil's doing the same thing. He's coming here with his content, which is a very heavily saturated content, video gaming is huge on YouTube, has very low CPM because there's a lot of people doing it. He's not doing anything unique or interesting or niche with it that would get him unique views. The only thing unique about it is he's been doing it for so fucking long, and he's been doing it so terribly for so fucking long. But that's not what people are coming to YouTube for, according to him. So if we're taking what he's saying correct, why should he... It just doesn't make any sense. Money makes a man happy. From Surly Muppet again. Apparently, Dave's Twitch payment cleared, and he's very hyped up on the second stream right now. Motormouth is in effect. He's going a million miles a minute because of the sweet bank in the bank. Sweet cash in the bank. Yeah, he's just rattling on and on. Compared to the commentary of the same game the other night, he won't shut up. Someone in chat mentioned their PS4 was stolen, and he went on a big rant about how it reminded him of the time he was scammed while trying to sell one of his surplus Xboxes. Completely disconnected. In other news, he mentioned earlier on the pre-stream of his potential to marry Kat, and is revisiting how awesome she is this evening. Excuse me, led me to ponder if, as if some of us were guessing earlier this year, he was manufacturing some desperation to drum up money for an engagement ring. I bet he's getting his ducks in a row to get one for a very special Christmas proposal. It won't be revealed until after the tax begging in December, but I bet by January we'll be heading into the legitimate engagement saga. He won a match by camping the shit out of it. He is just on fire tonight, clapping into the mic, woos. Our boy Dave is indomitable. Empowered by Cat Sloppy Joe's, Tut Sloppy Joe, and a Twitch payment. An amazing post. So yeah, Phil finally won a game of Blackout. But, was that a cat and pig marrying? I think we go on to this speculation train a lot more. He's talking about the possibility of marrying Kat, huh? A couple of things. What happens to the whole my debts will become her debts dude excuse for not being able to marry Leanna? Given the speculation of Kat's gold digger status, which I fully believe, and considering the amount of money Phil has thrown this year, she would most likely be entitled to alimony in the event of a divorce. Don't forget the child support if they have a man, horse, pig. Gross. Well, he's gotten around 8 to 9K this month. That is monthly he actually has in hand from Patreon last month, $1,000. YouTube last month, $1,000. Twitch Cheers subs 2 months ago, $5,000. And tips this month, $1,000. So it's not surprising he's amped up. He's been pushing for tips hard, so my guess is his tax payment is due in 2 days, the 15th. And he hasn't really talked about that. He also never again brought up the previous 2 payments that he claimed he couldn't make. Funny how those dropped off the map, yeah? Also, shout out to Hema Noma, the newest mini whale, account made in March of 2018 that only follows Phil and only started talking in the chat 7th this month. He's since cheered $30+. Seems legit. And sent another post from actually is... Oh, fuck. I did scroll down and hit that fucking... It was the one right under Ratco Falco. That's the money breakdown. Now this is the money that Phil got from working, quote unquote, 2 months ago. But that just got paid out to him. Plus he tipped me because I get that money right away. Well, he's gotten $1,000 so far halfway through the month. Not even halfway through the month. Plus he got his Patreon from last month and his YouTube from last month. So yeah, the guy is not in any means. He's not in any tough financial situations. How do I fucking fall apart at the end of a day? And it's amazing I can take 4 links and stretch it out to almost 6.5 minutes. So let's see how the weekend goes, guys. $99. And again, as you guys may assume, since the pages haven't really ticked up a whole lot, that not a whole lot happened. The first link I have is called No Refunds, and that's because... From Surly Muppet. That's because someone bought Phil Shadows of the Tomb Raider, and then someone else bought Phil Shadows of the Tomb Raider. And then instead of refunding the guy who gave him the second copy of Shadows of the Tomb Raider, he decided he's going to be a nice guy and give it away on stream. So thank you, Shirley Muppet, for that. I read thankful when I was trying to say thank you. Blah. The communication mishap is textbook Dave semantics for I've done something that I'll get eaten alive for, and it was entirely my fault. Yeah, and most of the people watching him are fucking banned. So, first win in Call of Duty Black Ops. I talked about this at the end of Thursday, but Friday at 2 a.m. If you can't win in real life, push wins in video games so hard, as if it would be real life. You guessed it, he won. DSP tweeted it out. Great session of Call of Duty 4 Black Ops 4 Blackout tonight, including, you guessed it, my first victory. In my opinion, it's by far the best Battle Royale game to come out there so far. I don't know what he's trying to say there. Has to retweet his amazing accomplishment in finally winning a Battle Royale. I don't know who this guy is retweeting Phil. I don't know what... Oh, this is the mobile. I don't know why he gave me a mobile link. Uploading the footage of his first ever win. What a machine of a man. Make him spread his seed so mankind will be gifted with the power of winning a single round of yet another Battle Royale. This is an interesting post from Boomer Phil. Why the fuck would Dave marry Kat? It's so odd and uncharacteristic. They both stated they refuse to ever have children or a family in a sense, so what's the desire to marry? Unless you're looking to settle down, make babies, get a place, etc., 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 etc. Child claims, clerk, divorce, alimony, etc., etc., etc. Also, we're up to 3,500 pages. That was this link, not views. We're up to pages. But I think it was actually who made this post. Phil spoke for both of them and said they didn't want kids. Kat has not, to my knowledge, said shit. And she's not going to say shit for a long time since the ex-boyfriend stuff got leaked. That could be a legit sticking point. And as Kat gets older and gets closer to her biological clock, before she is now no longer viable to have children, she will most likely want to have children. That's a generalization. I know it's not true for all women. This isn't news. This is old, but I thought this was fucking great from One Day Son. 3,500 pages, still can't play video games right. Chris Chan can even do better, you dumb dickhead. Never forget when him and Panda both played Resident Evil 0 for the first time, and Phil finished as a rank D, and Panda finished as a rank B. Less kills, less shots, more recoveries, less saves. And in 3.5 hours less time, too. Panda's a pretty good gamer, it looks like. Thought that was pretty good. Tut gifted out another 50 subs on Friday. Phil actually had a happy reaction, so he's still riding on a financial high, is now tending to his future cash cows appropriately. I don't know what that means. There's a couple analyses on here. Really speculative. The other 2 days have been slow, so I'll try to read through these and give them a fair shake. I think a lot of insights about Phil's relationships can be gathered from Rambo and Howard's podcast. They didn't want to bad talk him, even though people kept bugging them to talk. Eventually, DSP kept bad-mouthing them, and since they had internet personalities at stake, they had to clear the air. DSP cares only about himself, end of story. I think Phil is using Kat as a rebound to get back at Leanna, and to show off to his detractors. I believe in the showing off thing, not to his detractors, but he shows off to his fans the same way too. Kat is using Phil for free housing and his escape from her old life. There's no magic in this relationship. Yeah, that's part of the gold digger thing. Even though Phil probably doesn't make a whole lot of money, I mean, he's not fucking, a pimp or anything, but I don't know why I think a pimp would have a shit ton of money. The thing is, if he's paying for her food, clothing, and lodging, she can work, even a $15 an hour minimum wage shit job, and save 100% of that money. Like, that's a lot of money when you're not paying for any of the bills, any of the food, any of the necessities in your life. As far as Leanna goes, I think she got a big I told you so from her family. They were against her dating a man 10 years older than her who plays video games all day and relies on begging for money. She knows Phil probably better than anyone. I imagine she knows how sick he really is. The lies, the greed, the broken promises, the shady practices. She was with him for years. She probably feels bad for him and wants him to get help. She had to leave because he wasn't doing anything to improve the relationship. It was all about Phil, his wants and his needs. Examples. Dismissed Leanna's feelings about moving to Washington. Skipped Leanna's brother's wedding for video games. The fake engagement ring. His condescending tone when talking to her. Waking her up when she was sick to make him dinner. The anxiety tizzy hospital visit. I can see why she wouldn't want to tell Phil's secrets. The Rambo and Howard podcast revealed how insecure and sad Phil really is. Leanna has matured as a person and wants Phil to improve himself. Probably still has not, I won't say love, but enough to say, hey, I want things to be better. Talking crap about him would just bring her down to his level. Leanna probably pities Phil and wants to move on to live a life. Why is this sentence not hitting me? Leanna probably pities Phil and wants to move on to live a better, happier life, and wants the same for the man she wanted to be with. I don't see this happening anytime soon. Okay, so there was a little bit of typo here. That's why my brain was fucking short-circuiting. And then here's Boomer Phil's analysis. Not spaced out, so it looks like a goddamn block of text. I think about 85% of this relationship is just rubbing it in Leanna's face. Think about it. Basically, all the things she wanted from Dave that he wouldn't give or budge on. There was a little bit more that Commander Cunt said, but it's... Will it scroll up for me? He's handing to Kat on a silver platter a dedicated day off, special attention, soulmate, seemingly legitimate talk of marriage, caring attitude, at least from what we can see, all while making backhanded comments about Leanna and how happy and fulfilled in this relationship now. And he's even gone on to blame Leanna for some of his rage quits, that she had put him in such a bad space mentally. This is inaccurate for many reasons. Now, there's a lot of speculations that go on here in the Kiwi Farms, and we're only outsiders looking in through a narrow window, which is Phil's webcam and his Twitter. We're trying to read between the lines and find the actual story, and the actual story we probably won't get unless Leanna or Kat does a no-holds-barred commentary, but I don't think that'll ever happen. When Phil first showed Leanna off, as the very first fucking thing he did was spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on his daughter, from buying her startup business to taking her constantly anywhere she wanted. There was tons of vacations. He would literally tell her on his vlogs that he would take care of everything, that she would never need to do anything. He emboldened Leanna to believe she needed Phil more than anything. This all came to a head when he most definitely shipped her ass off with him to his new castle in Washington to lock her away. It was not until she was forced by Dave to get a job to pay his bills that she was constantly being shown what independence from Dave looked like. His actions in her life being completely stonewalled by Dave since she was 16 years old technically by Dave's standards, was what led her to most likely leaving, as well as the buildup of years of Dave's real life self, the narcissistic fat fuck we all come to know, began to surface more and more once he didn't have to pretend anymore to keep her with him. It's a very interesting theory so far, thinking that he moved her across country and in some ways tried to groom her in a way that felt like that she couldn't leave him. It's really fucked up now that I think about it in that headspace. Dave's phase with Kat right now falls in line with his beginning phase with Leanna. Give it another year or so and he'll start to slowly treat Kat the same way, as an object or a tool functions strictly for Dave's comfort, whether it be attention, food, chores, or money. He views and treats people in his actual life as only things that are to make his life better, not theirs. I bet you he views everyone else as below him. No doubt in my mind on this. He's a monster of a human being to be attached to in a real life, I'm sure of. Alright, I'm going to move on to funnier things because I actually, feel hurt reading that. Here's what the communication mishap was really about for Nothing I Can Do. This idiot sent a free game to DSP, but he already bought the game, so instead of refunding the guy, he pretended to be generous and gave the key sent by the guy away without even mentioning it. It was this guy who bought the key for him. What a greedy fucking pig roach. Of course, Twitter world responded as usual. It was hilarious. I'm sending it to you soon. Just a heads up. Full game download. Yes. The guy who makes 10K a month surely needs your donation. I buy games just like the rest of you. I'm a common gamer. Thank God you didn't send me $60 and tell it to buy it, because he would have just been go straight to my bills. Well, he did say he had an extra code. Well, now we know where it came from. Communication mishap. Look at this beta cup. What an idiot. 10K a month, two homes, 2017 a car, 2017 year car. Can you say the same of yourself? You've been misled to think this is a person who needs support. Wow, this goes on for a while, but I really just want to come down to fucking Char. I came to snort at you. Daddy issues, what is this about? We're going to scroll up to what Hunter said, if Kiwi Farms will cooperate. No, we'll just expand it. I think the assumption of roles into the Phil-Rihanna relationship was an important element that hasn't really been considered. As you can see, there's a lot of speculation about the relationship. Leanna lived with her mom. According to her Blingy account, she had already gone through at least 4 boyfriends by the time she got to Phil. I think in some way, Leanna saw Phil, the substitute father figure she's been looking for. When the money that Phil's faux father status became an issue, his role in the relationship was upended, and he became the child Leanna was forced to mother. Kat could be the same way. There's no male figure in the demon in the closet story. Phil's initial male protective role will again be challenged when life, i.e. money, becomes an issue if it hasn't already. Women without daddy issues grow up with at least reliable, strong, loving, positive male as a constant presence in her life, would never go near that dumb prick. So Phil hunts on women who has daddy issues. I guess that's the pickup artist trick, isn't it? And then we end the day with a special message from Memeology 101. Shoutouts to that guy.
I'd just like to say thank.
Okay, I need to turn on the volume. And probably not use my speakers for this. Totally professional setup, by the way.
Thank you. I'd just like to say thanks to the idiots in the stream chat who have revealed themselves to be detractors by repeating a detractor meme. Because I just banned you permanently from the chat, and now I know not to put up with your shit anymore. I appreciate that immensely. Because it's funny because you get these idiots who, you know, pretend like they're fans, and every once in a while they'll even do a cheer. And now they just immediately repeated a detractor meme about an insulting thing about my girlfriend, and you're gone now. So thank you very much. I actually do appreciate you idiots, you know, finally revealing your true nature so I can get you the fuck out of here. Thanks very much.
Nice fucking snort and lip smack at the end. And that's how we're going to end fucking Friday, guys. Saturday, September 15th. There we go. I can still keep track of dates. Just in case you didn't know, Saturday is Phil's day off, but I'll be back on Sunday with some endgame content. It's not like he takes Saturday off every week, but he has to tweet it out and let you guys know every Saturday he's gone. He replies to one message. This is from Nothing I Can Do Again. It's what you get for correcting Stella's terrible grammar. Phil's bad man. Hey, Phil, been a fan since you started back on Twitch, and I'm blocked for correcting the grammar of one of your fanboys. This doesn't seem right. This is what turns fans into detractors. I love those meme edits. And spending money with soulmate on useless stuff from Piece of Shit. This is Phil's new Twitter avatar where he's got the giant cat head because he's going out with Kat. Or he realized most of his fans are fucking furries. And there's some wild speculation. We have hobbies we do together that I've never revealed to you guys from a witty name. I wonder what those hobbies are. Have I rated this? No, it deserves a rating. And just like the start of the week, he got another 150 new subs, so he's up to 1,145 subs. It's the new game, Marvel's Spider-Man. It's the middle of the day, 377. Still struggles to break 400 views. Yeah. Oh, that must have... This wasn't played on Oh, this is Sunday. Well, my links are... Wow. Okay, so the weekend was so short between Saturday and Sunday. Again, that there wasn't a whole lot to go off of. So this is probably closer to the time that I want these videos to be. Trying to dial it down to the real good, juicy nuggets of Phil news, as opposed to just keeping it to memes and speculation. Even though I did include a lot of speculation this week, too. But yeah, so Sunday he streamed Marvel Spider-Man again. Sunday is a great day for streaming since a lot of people are off. And so there should be more people available to watch his streams, and he's still stuck at 377. So that does it for the week in DSP. Be on the lookout for the week of September 17th. And I hope to see you guys in the next video or stream. I hope you guys have been enjoying the video so far. I'm having a lot of fun, and things have been growing, which is just really exciting for me. So